Hello friends, this is Christopher davis-shannon. Today I'm going to show you a method for memorizing all of the notes on the fingerboard, and all that you need to know going into this are the names of your open strings and that your musical alphabet only goes up to G. Let's get started. When we look at the ukulele fingerboard, on mine there's 4 strings, 12 frets. That gives us 48 separate notes that we need to memorize. But the reality is we don't actually have to memorize all of them. What we really need to know are where the natural notes are, or the white keys on the piano. If we know those, we also know all of the accidentals. All of our sharps and flats are simply taking one of those natural notes and moving it by 1 fret, so in between the 2 natural notes. So what we're going to do is a single string exercise, and the goal here is to do this every day for 2 weeks and see how many of these notes you retain after those 2 weeks. We're going to start on the C string because this is going to give us the key of C. As I said, we're skipping all of the accidentals, so only the natural notes. We're going to play our C major scale all the way up the C string, and we're just going to say the names of the notes as we do it. We're going to start on C, and the 2nd fret's going to be a D, E on the 4th fret, F on the 5th fret, G on the 7th fret, A on the 9th fret, B on the 11th fret, and our octave C on the 12th fret. Then we come back down to B on the 11th fret, A on the 9th fret, G on the 7th fret, shift on back down, F on the 5th fret, E on the 4th fret, D on the 2nd fret, and open C. Now for your first couple days, I would limit yourselves just to doing this 1 string because we all have in our ear what a major scale sounds like. And what we're going to do for the other strings is we're going to start on a different scale degree. So if we're starting on the open G, we're going to play all of the notes in C major, but it's going to start and end on G, which is what's going to give us, it's called a G mixolydian scale, or just a G major scale with a flat 7, which means we're taking the F sharp, that's usually the 7th, making an F natural, because we're working only in natural keys. So the other strings will be a little bit more jarring to your ear than the C is. So you want to get that under your fingers first. And then on G, we do open G, A on the 2nd fret, B on the 4th fret, C on the 5th fret, D on the 7th fret, E on the 9th fret, and then 10th fret for F natural, that's our change, right? And then octave G. And we come back down, F natural, E, D, C, B, A, and G. So after a few days, add in this 2nd single string exercise, just saying the names of the notes, familiarizing your ear with how they sound going up and down the string, and the finger motions that we need to get there. And then we'll go over to our E string. And we're going to start on an E, but again, we're just using the notes in the C major scale. So it's going to sound a little funky because we're going E, F on the 1st fret, G on the 3rd fret, A on the 5th fret, B on the 7th fret, C on the 8th fret, D on the 10th fret, and then our octave E up top. Back down to the D, down to C, B on the 7th, A on the 5th, G on the 3rd, F on the 1st, and open E. Add this to your practice routine after a couple days. Familiarize your ears with it. And then we go over to the final string, the A string, which is going to give us our Aeolian mode, or we're just going to play an A minor scale because it's the same as C major, just starting on an A. So this one actually won't sound too odd to you because you've likely heard minor keys before. So we play open A, B on the 2nd fret, C on the 3rd fret, D on the 5th fret, E on the 7th fret, F on the 8th fret, G on the 10th fret, and then A on the 12th. Back down to 10, F on the 8th, E on the 7th, D on the 5th, C on the 3rd, and then B, and then we resolve down to A. We're stop on it. Big old A minor really here. But a simple exercise like this breaks the memorization process into 4 separate parts. Instead of thinking of it as I need to memorize 48 notes, well, no, I really just have to memorize 8 notes per string. And when we think about it in that manner, it's not really that much, is it? I'll see y'all next week.